Hi, I'm Steve Selig, founder of fit.test, and in another one of my short videos for exercise professionals, the topic of this video is many exercise professionals have asked me for advice on which aerobic fitness test is best suited for their client. There are literally hundreds of aerobic fitness tests available. So if you are confused, then we need to try and work out which one is best suited to assess your client for aerobic fitness. My app, fit.test, just uses a single generic approach that builds in all of the following benefits: test protocols that are individualized, safe, reliable, comfortable, easy to use and apply, easy to report on, and are based on simple equipment that's found in pretty much every gym. Before I show you that, I just want to illustrate some or summarize some very commonly used approaches that I believe have serious problems in terms of validity and reliability. The first are single stage protocols, of which the best example is the 6-minute walk test. fit.test uses a multi-stage approach that I will show you in the next slides and also in many of my other videos. Increments or increases in exercise intensity, if you are using a multi-stage approach, that take no account of the fitness of the individual or even the health of the individual at times, using increments that are either too big or too small. And the best known example of this is the Bruce treadmill test. fit.test uses a Goldilocks approach, in other words, an individualized approach that I'm going to show you here and on many of my other videos. Increments that are based on heart rates or heart rate recovery methods, I believe, have serious problems for many, many people in terms of validity and reliability. The best examples are the step tests, the published step tests. And there are so many exceptions to being able to apply a valid test based on these methods that I believe that it really is impractical to apply any of these published tests. However, and I just want to say something on heart rates. I sat down at one stage with a blank sheet of paper and tried to just brainstorm what I thought were sort of the sorts of clients where there would be exceptions to using heart rate measurements during exercise or heart rate recovery methods to estimate VO2 max, and especially the step tests. In 5 minutes of writing, I came up with 14 exceptions. So many, in fact, that it's really impractical to use these methods. Now, I do use heart rates in fit.test. I'm going to show you, and there's a very subtle but important difference in the way that I use heart rates compared to how they are used in the step test and other heart rate methods. So fit.test does cater for all heart rate responses to exercise, whether they be healthy or unhealthy, medicated or not medicated, and including and especially cardiac arrhythmias. Submaximal versus maximal protocols is another area of lack of validity and reliability sometimes, especially where there is a maximal effort required, but the client is only capable of giving or willing to give a submaximal effort. Clearly, that invalidates the test. Now, fit.test works with either submaximal or maximal efforts. And finally, complicated setups and equipment usage, such as is commonly found in the shuttle or beep tests. fit.test can use any of the normal standard pieces of gym equipment without changing them in any way. A treadmill, most gym bikes that can measure watts, almost any height step bench. And in fact, you only need one of these. You don't need all of them. Now, just to show you what fit.test basically does, it's a multi-stage test. It's individualized. So here we have an example of one of my real clients with 7 stages of exercise up to VO2 peak. This one happened to be a maximal effort one where the person reached their maximal effort level at the red dot. So there was no gap between the green line and the red dot. Now you'll see here that heart rates are actually shown on this graph. And this is where the important nuancing or the important differences between what I just said in the previous slide in terms of my concerns about, say, most of the step tests and what fit test is based on. Now, first of all, the x-axis, where there are estimations of VO2 for each of these workloads. These are coming from the actual workloads measured on the ergometer, such as watts on a bike or speed and gradient on a treadmill, and then using the American College of Sports Medicine algorithms, converting those to estimations of VO2, which are then plotted against heart rate. So heart rate is not going into the measurement of or the estimation of these VO2s, not at all. Heart rate is being used for a single purpose only, and that is to establish a linear regression or line of best fit that can be then extrapolated to an estimation of VO2 peak or VO2 max. And this is just another example here for a much more able client. This was a very good masters athlete who was able to use very small increments, and in fact 25 to 30 of them, up to, again, a maximal effort to achieve an estimation of VO2 peak or VO2 max. Again, the heart rates are not going into the estimations of VO2s. These are coming from the American College algorithms. So this really just summarizes how my app works: 4 modes of exercise, individualized, supervised by an exercise professional. And this really just sums up what my app is all about. So thanks for watching this short video. I hope you got some understandings of it and how to move towards better aerobic exercise testing. And I hope you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is just under my own name, Steve Selig, and also my website and email contact details are shown below. Thank you, and goodbye for now.